Okay, I'm going to ask that question again.
Okay.
So, Nick, again, thanks for being here. And let's first of all dispel the myth that AI is going to take over and we are no longer going to be needed.
You know, it is a myth to an extent. Like here's the thing, family. There's like right now in the world, I saw a graph. It is the largest since they started tracking uncertainty. I don't even know how they get the numbers. I don't know if anyone's seen this graph. Let me see if I could pull this up. Uncertainty graph. It's been circulating. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I can't. Highest number of uncertainty in like since 1995 they've been tracking it just because nobody knows where this is really going. Is it going to completely replace us? No, I don't believe so. That's not going to be the case. But are there certain areas that are going to adapt, that are going to change, that are going to grow? Absolutely. Like we're
Mhm.
already seeing it in our everyday lives. And it's also understand like I tried to take a look at things as a whole. Something that I just thought was very interesting was IBM, tech company, been around for a long while. They have actually tripled the amount of Gen Z hires they are bringing in that are fluent in AI. Keyword there, fluent in like a
Mhm.
phrase, fluent in AI. As most companies, the whole rhetoric was the last couple of years is junior employees are going to disappear because AI can do the work of junior employees. So it's just going to be senior employees, which then begged the question of, well, but there's only one way you become a senior employee is by being a junior employee first, right? So like what's going to
Right.
happen once that comes into play? So what they're saying is, well, if we get all of these AI fluent individuals and triple the amount of people we're bringing in, and those people who are fluent can do exponential work, our company is going to explode. So now it's under the sense of a bunch of people who are creating using AI is better than just saying AI, go try to figure this all out yourself. So,
Hmm.
it's fascinating just to see how this world is adapting to this, where this company is now tripling the amount of hires that they are bringing in. And I just believe it's just like anything else. I said this on the cruise, and there's a couple phrases that I like to say, like that I like to say to myself over and over because I believe them to be true. We've all heard the quote, survival of the fittest, right? Like survival of the fittest. That's the one we heard in school and we heard
Right.
over and over. But that's not the real quote. The real quote is, it is not the strongest of a species, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one most adaptable to change. It is not the strongest nor the smartest. It's the one most adaptable to change. And that's where we're at. We are
Hmm.
like we are all being asked to adapt faster than any living organism has ever been asked to adapt before. Period. Period. Like I mean, just think about how much AI has changed since last year. Heck,
Hmm.
since last month, since the last 3 months. And now they're dropping the new Chat GPT. Now they're dropping Manus agents. Now OpenClaw is now bought out by OpenAI, Chat GPT, which now AI agents are going to be integrated into Chat GPT. Like, what is happening? Right. And it's
Yeah.
happening so fast. And it feels like we're kind of going through this cycle. Let me pull up. I like this graph here. We created this actually when it first came out. And it's like, this is kind of where we're at. And this is actually where we're at right now because they just acquired OpenClaw. Introducing the world's most powerful model. And then Anthropic, which is Claude, introducing the world's most powerful model. And then Gemini, introducing, and then it's just this cycle where they're
Hmm.
all just topping each other, one after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. And, it's like sometimes we got to breathe because this will continue to happen. I don't know. Is anybody here familiar with N8N? Has anybody here tried tested N8N, built out an N8N, built out their agentic workflows? I'm just curious. Put yes in the chat.
Okay, majority of us are going to say no, so you're going to have to.
So essentially, and this is kind of good for you guys, right? To an extent, this is good. What N8N was, it was like first we had just generative AI, which is like talk to it and it talks to you back, right? And then that's the
Mhm.
extent of it. N8N would essentially connect multiple generative AIs that could then communicate with each other that through extensive build outs and automation. And when I say extensive, your screen, let me see if I can even pull up an NA10 workflow to show you guys how extensive this is. Um, yeah. So this is what it would look like, right? So you would go into here and like you would build out something like this. And it was like extensive, but this is the future, right? Because all of these workflows is like your social media, your calendar, going to Instagram, going to Reddit, pulling information, and then disseminating it everywhere. And you would have to go in depth to be able to build these things out. And that's the future. Well, guess what happened in the last month? There's this thing called CloudBot, which then went to something else, which is now OpenClaw, which was now bought by OpenAI. And here's essentially what it was. It pretty much eliminated that entire process. And it's an AI agent that literally runs autonomously on your computer. Like it just goes and does things. You tell it to, like, it's trained, if you do it right, it's trained to perform a task. And you can literally say, tell this AI agent, like, hey, I want you to track all my latest ads, identify which ones are the best ones, come up with a new campaign and start running it. And it will go through your ad campaigns, identify the best ones, come up with images, draft the ad copy, and then start writing your ad. And like, you don't have to do anything. So like now, while everyone was saying you need to learn NA10, you need to learn how to build your own agents, we've adapted. And now that skill will basically never exist. So
Wow.
now we're into the stage of AI agents, which is it's going to be a big stage because these are autonomous workers that work on your behalf. But then there's another top, like there's more that we can get into with that because the big part of this is, yeah, guys, it's a lot to take in, isn't it?
It is. It's a,
Um,
yeah.
and there's another piece of this too, which I believe gets severely overlooked, is security aspect, right? So like, so as I'm saying this, I don't want everybody to just run and get OpenClaw and like download it to your computer because it can do all of these things. Because you have to understand there's a way, like you can download it to Cloudflare, which is more a secure network that is not directly connected to your computer, which then you can only give it access to certain things. Or what other people do is they literally buy a whole nother laptop. So that way, OpenClaw doesn't have access to your entire computer because one
Okay.
wrong prompt, or, there's a lot of smart freaking people in AI. And I'm not even saying I feel like I'm smart to an extent, but then there's a whole nother level of AI cyber individuals that have already figured out how to hack into certain ones. So if it's like nefarious prompting, right? So like what people do is they'll buy another laptop and then they'll only log into areas they want it logged into that doesn't have access to, let's say, your bank account,
Hmm.
let's say your crypto wallet, let's say records that you don't want it to have access to. Or they'll download it somewhere in the cloud. So that way it's on the cloud, not on your computer, and then simply give it access to certain areas. What I will say is one thing I'm really excited about is there's a company I can't say it yet, but within the next I would say 30 days that we are going public with that it's 100% secure AI network that has these features built into it that is real estate compliant that can connect to calendar, email, and everything else. And it has these AI agents that we're going to build into it, and
Wow.
then yeah, we'll release that. So it's literally 4 real estate agents on the cloud that you could just log into, and it's essentially going to be a lot like agentic, 100% real estate compliant, has Chat GPT, has Gemini, has Claude built into it. So you don't have to go and buy all these subscriptions. So that's really excited about that and what we'll be launching. But that's pretty much where, when you're saying like, where are we at? What's new? Well, a lot's
Yeah.
changed in the last month because OpenClaw really broke the internet in the AI space, 100% agentic. And then recently, actually within the last week, they were bought by OpenAI. So now OpenAI now owns OpenClaw, which is the first agentic place. And that'll be interesting too, because then you have to ask yourself, because most people are going to go like just assume OpenAI, ChatGPT, of
Hmm.
course, it's safe. I don't know about you, but I don't trust Sam Altman. That's just me. So if you use OpenClaw on ChatGPT, you're basically saying like, "Hey, Sam Altman, take over my computer." So like these are things that I think a lot of people just don't think enough about because we're like, "Hey, ChatGPT, we're all familiar with it. Yeah, you could take over my computer." I don't know. I don't know about you guys. That's doesn't sound like something I would do. So
Hmm.
this is where like it's very interesting as we get into this world because cybersecurity is something that I feel like is very overlooked because we all want to be first. We all want to use this stuff and go down that route. So just a little insight into what you guys are going to see coming, what's currently happening, um, and a little bit about what we're working on too. So I'm really excited about what we have going on as well.
So that is so much. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm still trying to figure out the first thing you said, let alone everything else. And of course, I have ChatGPT on my phone. I use it every day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, are they in my phone? Are they in my computer? You know, what do we do?
Yeah. So what I will say too is the way that we're building it out is essentially it'll be on its own network. So like you get the tool, it'll be on its own network, and then you can add it to the integrations that you select. So that way it does not physically live on your computer. So it does not inherently have access to your entire computer. So instead of getting your own laptop, like that is an option still. You can buy your own laptop and then install it. But the problem with that is if that laptop breaks, everything like that entire employee that you built is just gone.
Mm,
Like you can't get it anywhere because it's on the hardware of your laptop,
okay.
right? But if it's on the software, which would be the platform that we're building out here, then it's like any computer that you log into, it's in the software. So it's not technically on your computer that has access to everything. You integrate it into the areas that you want it, and then you don't have to do everything else. Does that make sense?
No. So Nick, I'm going to say when this comes back,
Yeah.
when this all comes, will you give us a class on integration for dummies or something? Because I know I'm not the only one sitting here going, this dude is talking about so much stuff. And, I don't even know how to, I do, but I know some people don't even know how to take a picture of a check and deposit it into their bank account.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back. I'll
All
be back
right.
to showcase it to you guys.
We love it. We would love that. So, one of the things we talked about when we were saying, let's do a topic
Yeah.
was how do you find yourself? So let's dive into that.
Yeah. So today, what we're going to talk about, and to me, this is just also understand. We're going to talk about AI search, right? Like AI search, how to be found on these places, and also how to optimize your listings for AI search. And I think that's
Mm.
an area that gets severely overlooked just because there's so much freaking happening that it's like, wait, I have to optimize my listing descriptions for AI search now. But all right, back to the topic here, right? AI search. And I like to look at this as understanding that like us, like even us as a culture, as a country, as a world is changing, right? We are changing how we operate and how we do things. I mean, how many people here, even when you Google something, go past the Google AI overview, right? Like
Mhm.
Google just gives you the answer right at the top. So even if you don't like say you use AI, which some people say they don't use AI, you still use it because it just gives you the answer and you're like, oh, there's my answer. I'm done. So I do have some slides for you guys here today. Oh,
Okay.
all right, there we go. Do have some slides. I'll share these slides with you just in case you want to go back and read through some of them. Share. And by the way, I created all these slides on a tool called Gamma.app. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gamma.app. GAMMA.app. I guess since I'm here, I'll show you guys this really quick. So Gamma allows you to, let's just say I want to create a new presentation
Hmm.
and I just want to, let's see, import files. So like what I had was like an entire file on the topic that I wanted to cover. Okay. Like I downloaded topics, I brought in information. So if I import a file, I don't know, this is just research AI home buy. And I'm just going to create this one for example. What it will do is it will take my information and I'll just say, if I want to create a presentation, a web page, a document, or a social media post, let's just say presentation. So this can work great if you guys want to create custom presentations for each one of your listing appointments or buyer appointments or whoever you're working with. And this is what Gamma does for me. It takes my information that I just curated. Gamma, I think it's like $8, maybe $9 a month. Um, but here we go. So it like creates everything for me, right? So this is gamma.app. For those of you guys who do a lot of presentations and want to create custom ones, make your client feel like, hey, they're the only client in the world, right? Custom presentations for each person. So back to this, how to get found on AI search. And I think it's just important to understand how different things are changing as well. You know, so like the search, like the way we search is literally changing in front of our eyes. It's no longer, I think I'm sharing my whole screen. Let me just share Google Chrome. There we go. It's no longer just humans scouring the internet and getting answers. It is literally AI scouring the internet and bringing us answers.
Okay.
Okay. It's a big change. I think I saw a graph where it was the guy who is the founder of answerthepublic.com, Neil something, can't remember his last name, but he showed a graph how over 50% of website traffic now is AI, meaning it's no longer humans, it's AI scouring the internet, bringing us information. So right now, 60% of Google search is now in zero click. Zero click. What does that mean? Well, it means if I Google best time to buy a home in Ohio, let's see. Let's try it again. There we go. This is zero click. I come here, I type something up. Oh, here's the answer I'm looking for, and I leave. So
Oh,
I'm not actually clicking on people's links on all this information. It is just getting me information, and that's what I need. So 60% of Google search now in zero click. But it's also important to understand this. As much as is this pendulum swinging? Yes. Are more people going to ChatGPT and other AI tools every day? Of course. But also understand this. Google still gets 373 times more people than ChatGPT. So like when people say Google is dead, it's like, well, the numbers don't say that, right? So like, don't just think it's everyone's just going to Chat GPT now, because that's not the case. Are more people going there every day? Yes. But as of right now, there's still 373 times more people that go to Google. And here's a stat that we should all be very aware of. All right. This was 2025 from realtor.com surveys they did. 82% of people in the housing market say they go to AI search or AI for housing market insights, pricing research, real estate trends, or just real estate information.
wow.
82% are going to AI to get answers. Which brings up a really good topic. For years, you guys know what the number one complaint against real estate agents was? I'm just curious. You guys know what the number one complaint was?
They don't answer the phone.
Yeah. Don't answer the
Yeah.
phone. Lack
Lack
of
of
communication,
service.
right? That was the number one complaint. That's changed since 2022. The new number one complaint, I felt like I knew more than my real estate agent. That
I'm not
is now
surprised.
the
Yeah.
number one complaint against real estate agents. I felt like I knew more than my real estate agent. Why? Because of the AI powered consumer. Because they can get answers on demand. They can get answers, whether they're right or not. They don't really care, right? AI doesn't always give you the right answer, but it gives you a quick answer confidently.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you that information. So what we're going to talk about today is like AEO, answer engine optimization. So traditional SEO aims to rank you high at the top of the page. So that's like, is your web link going to rank at the top of Google when people search for Google, Yahoo, Bing, and all these places? And that would focus on visibility, multiple links, keyword optimization. Now, SEO is still important. It's really kind of the foundation of AEO and GEO to an extent. But there is a key change. So AEO, answer engine optimization, focuses mainly focused on authority, direct responses, which is very freaking important. Direct responses and structured content. And just to kind of give you guys like examples of what I mean by that is we're moving from an attention-based society to a trust-based society, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, first, how many people here, when you see a picture or video, you're like, is that real?
Oh, yeah.
Put me in the chat. If you guys think like when you see a picture or video online or on social media, you have to first think, is this AI or is this real? Right? This is why we're moving to this trust-based society. And just fun fact for you guys can Google this. It's very well-known fact at this point that over 70% of images on social media are either AI or generated through AI or edited like with AI to edit it. Over 70%. Pretty wild to think, right? But so we're moving to this trust-based society. But also your content matters too. Because what would we say to do before? Hey guys, I'm going to give you guys the top place to live in Cleveland, Ohio. Wait to the end of the video for me to give it to you. Right?
Right.
Or wait to the end of the blog so people stay on it longer. Well, AI search doesn't like that. Why? Because AI doesn't want to work harder than it has to. It wants question, answer right away. And that works in your YouTube videos, your shorts, your content, your blogs, and everything else. And if you don't give it an answer right away, it will go and find somebody who does. So that's like when we're going to get into with AEO. The one area that I want to talk about before I dive into like how to get found on it, because I believe this is relevant right now for everybody, is your listings in AI search. Yes, your listings and them being found is being affected by this because AI, I mean, what is it? Redfin, Realtor.com, Zillow are now integrated into ChatGPT. Multiple places are getting AI search for searching for homes because it's creating a more custom experience. What does that mean? Well, the way you present the home in your listing descriptions matters now more than ever because AI search isn't looking through pictures. It's looking through words, i.e. data. So how you write your listing description matters. And for you guys, I am going to give you a tool. So we created this tool called My Listing Buddy. I don't know. Does anybody here use My Listing Buddy? I'm just curious. Does anybody use it already? Okay. Here we go. My Listing Buddy. So this tool is free to use as much as you want to use it. So before AEO and GEO, we trained My Listing Buddy on good copy. We've trained it on fair housing. We trained it on NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. We trained it on what good listing descriptions are. So it would do all these things for you. And then now we have updated it. So now we have updated it to write in AEO and GEO friendly matters. So now this will literally write your listing description in a way that AI will be able to find it. And it's free to use as much as you guys want to use it. But here we go. What you want to do with My Listing Buddy first is click Keep in Sidebar over here on the left. So click the name and click Keep in Sidebar. So that way, My Listing Buddy will be over here on the left every single time you log in. But here's how it works. Let's just say this was my listing here. Now I'm going to copy and paste the facts and features. I'm going to say, My Listing Buddy, create me a listing description. Here we go. It's going to ask for some information. I'm going to copy and paste the facts and features, and then it's going to ask for some more full property address. So I will get this. 310,000. Let's just say Brunswick School District, nearby to highway. I'm just making this up. First time home buyer, Nick Krem, EXP Realty, 216-554-1234. It's not my phone number. You can call it, but I won't answer. No disclaimer. So cool. So then I give it this information. And then here we go. First, it's going to go bullet points. But you will notice something very different that you probably wouldn't put in your listing description before. But this is how AEO works. Clearly identifying what question will be people be prompting AI, right? Like what will be their question or what will be their prompt? This is like the guessing game of AEO and GEO. So they might say, hey, is there a 3-bedroom home in Brunswick with a cul-de-sac finished basement and attached garage for under 325? That's what this is basically saying. People will be asking when they go to search for this type of home. So it's clearly stating what people would ask and then giving the answer. And then it does the same thing. Searching for a 3-bedroom home in Brunswick with a finished basement, 2-car garage, cul-de-sac setting near the highway. Here is exactly what it is. Can I make sense in the chat if this part makes sense? Like that slight difference besides just describing the home as opposed to saying, here is the prompt, here's what people would say, and this is the exact answer.
Wow.
So like this one subtle difference can be literally the difference between your listing getting viewed or not. The way your listing description is written. And we've had people that have went through this because we have an entire institute of people who go through this. They've had listings that were on the market for 2 weeks to a month, weren't getting shows, weren't getting viewings. They changed all their listing descriptions, changed all their materials using My Listing Buddy. And within the week 4, their listing sold. Multiple views, multiple showings, because more people were able to find it. I will say this. My Listing Buddy will not help an overpriced listing. Like there's no market in the world that can do that, right, guys?
Right.
But if it is priced right, making sure that it gets viewed in the right manner definitely is really important. And then what you can do with this is you can take the listing description and then same thing, you create the marketing for it. So your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts, all should be written in the same AEO and GEO friendly manner. So you just take the listing description and this will then write it in the AEO and GEO friendly manner for you too. All right. Nick Kram. All right. So that will help you in this regard too. So I wanted to start here because the next part is going to be a little bit more intricate. This is like something simple you can all walk away with. So now every one of your listings is written in AEO, GEO friendly matter. You guys are getting the right amount of views and getting the right amount of exposure because I am telling you, almost everywhere is going to have this AI search. When it comes to finding homes, AI search. And in this, all you have is your words, family. Your words and how they are presented matter. So now My Listing Buddy, it's free to use as much as you want to use it for your business.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's get back to this. All right. Building strong reviews and citations. So let's go through how do you specifically get found on ChatGPT? And just for example, one of the people that we are working with, her name is Jessica Ford. So my goal by saying that is Jessica Ford is going to be the #1 person who pops up. Let's see. Who is the top relocation specialist in Tulsa, Oklahoma? So my goal, this is real time. So I hope Jessica Ford is going to pop up for you guys. #1. So this is the client that we are working with, Jessica Ford. Let's try who is the top equestrian agent in Northern Nevada. And I'm going to go with the Courtney Group, or Kathy Courtney should be the top one that pops up. Joyce. See. Top. Let me see. Who is the top horse property agent in Northern Nevada? Let's try a horse property. Hoping the Courtney Group. It's always fun to test this out. Courtney Group. There we go. That's who we're working with. So Like, I just wanted to show you guys, like, this is what we are doing. It's helping agents make their phone ring, have people call
Mhm.
them. And like we said, over 82% of people are now going to these tools to find information about their agent, whether they're looking for an agent or they're looking for information. So, how do you get found on these places, right? Strong citations and reviews. Look, guys, your reviews matter. Your reviews matter. Why? Great question, Peggy. Because look, AI is emotionless, right? Don't listen to what they say online where AI has emotions now. No, people program their AI to act like it has emotions. It doesn't
Mhm.
actually have emotions. But AI is emotionless. So if you had to tell something that is emotionless, find someone who is the top expert. What is one of the first places you're going to go check? Well, who has the most 5-star reviews? That'd be a dang good place to check for authority, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
So, building up your reviews, your Google profile, your Zillow profile, building up your reviews matter, right? Something, a small way to do this that can help a lot is messaging 2 of your past clients or even family or friends a week. Just do 2. You don't want to do too much because Google, like, they're pretty hip to trying to get all these reviews. To say, hey, I'm doing a contest to see who can get the most 5-star reviews in my office. Click this link and leave me a 5-star review. Past clients, friends, family, do 2 a week, and you can start bolstering your reviews. Okay. But reviews matter. And then also, and this is where I think it's always funny when people say, oh, everybody knows you paid for this article or you got this article somewhere else. Look, guys, well, all those things matter now. The amount of times you are cited in other places as an expert matters. Because, again, AI is like, is this person an authority? Are they real? And then all of a sudden, publications are talking about you as a real estate agent. So they're like, oh, wow, they are an authority. Oh, wow, they do have a lot of 5-star reviews. So that's how AI is sifting through things to understand, are they real? Are they an authority? Do people trust them? So that's kind of your trust index. And here is a big one as well. So we actually did our own independent study on this. So if you guys had to guess, based on the top realtor in X area, what do you guys think like the number one sourced place was that ChatGPT pulled from? ChatGPT and Gemini. Top realtor in X area. If you guys had a guess, where do you think it's sourced from?
I would have thought Google.
Zillow, Google, great guesses. That's what I thought too. All right, this will be shocking to you guys because it was shocking to me. Based on 180, so we did 180 different tests. Top realtor in X area. Number one was listwithclever.com. That was like having a profile there and just optimizing it was the number one place it sourced. Number 2, expertise. Number 3, fast expert. Number 4, fast agent. Number 5 was Zillow. And then realtor.com, Homelight. So what do we start doing with all of our agents once we started gathering more of this data? Well, setting up a profile on all of these different sites. So now you're being sourced as a profile on these different sites. What I would highly recommend with this, and here I can send this here in the chat so you guys get this. Oh, capture. There we go. Something like, even if you guys don't go through this whole exercise and start building your AEO and GEO, what I would highly recommend you guys do is do an audit of your presence online. Meaning, is your name, phone number, email, and brokerage the same on all of these different sites? Yes, same bio. Same bio, name, phone number, email, brokerage. Because if it is different on this site, then different over here, then different over here, AI is like, is this person real? Are they spam? Are they a scammer? Like, it doesn't have emotion. It doesn't understand that this web page was from 2016. And you just forgot to go back and change it.
Right.
Right. So like, just do an audit on yourself. Google yourself as a real estate agent and just make sure all the places that your name and information pops up, that it's the same. Because that goes big into discrediting you in the online age. Well, in the AI search age. All right. Let's keep it rolling. So then it's creating AEO friendly content. This is how you get sourced when people are like, when they're saying, when's the best time to buy in this area? And Google, when you do this, you will notice over here on the right, this is how people get sourced. So when people say, when is the best time to buy? It's pulling this information from somewhere. AI doesn't actually know when the best time to buy is. What it does is it looks for people who literally say, when is the best time to buy in Ohio? And then the articles or blogs, mainly blogs, that clearly answer it get sourced. Okay? So it can be blogs. There's like YouTube shorts that pop up because YouTube is a search engine. Okay? So how do you figure this out? Well, there's a couple different ways. I'm going to give this away to you guys. It's a prompt that my team uses, and it's essentially every Monday, it will do market research. You have to put your city or neighborhood here. That's the one thing that you do have to edit, right?
Okay.
But you just copy this, and then you go to Chat GPT, paste it, and then you just got to put your city or neighborhood. Let's say Cleveland, Ohio. But here's this prompt, and it is pretty intricate, right? So the goal is SEO and AEO. You'll see search parameters. Only use sources published within the last 45 days. Prioritize local MLS data, municipal records, local news outlets, real estate publications. Every data point must include a clickable source link. So you can actually check to make sure that it's real. And then it goes through. What it is going to do is this prompt will give you the top 10 things that people are looking up in your area. So this will also make it so every Monday at 8 a.m., it just sends it to you. It sends you this report. What you do need to do is make sure, if you click edit here, inside of the instructions actually follow the prompt. Because a lot of times when it creates a task, then the task shortens it. You don't want that. So you just edit the task here, and now it sends you all this information. So let's see what this would look like if I don't ask it to create a task. Just want to show you guys what this does for you. So what it will do is it will scour the internet and it will look up what are the top 10 most asked questions in Cleveland, Ohio about the real estate market. So it'll clearly show you what the top 10 most questions asked are, and then it will search online to then give you the AEO optimized answer. So it'll tell you exactly what people are searching and tell you exactly what you should be saying inside of your video, inside of your post, inside of your blog. And then every week, it'll just send it directly to your inbox. And actually, if I look at this, task, let me see. All right. So this is what it'll look like. It'll get sent directly to your email. It'll just say task complete. DFW Market Insights. So I'll say, okay. Click on this. Here we go. Top 10. So this is an example of one that I've done on a past training, and I keep sending it to my inbox every Monday at 8. So it'll say the number one most asked question right now is, what is the current market trend in Dallas-Fort Worth for early 2006? And here is the AEO answer. The Dallas-Fort Worth housing market in early 2026 is stabilizing with rising inventory and moderate pricing. And then you can click on this and say, well, where did it pull this from? Well, MR, like pretty substantial place that gives the information. And then you can say evidence. It pulls it from here. Activity, local keywords to use, hook lines. The number 2 question that they're asking inside of the market. Are median home price in DFW going up or down right now? And then it gives you the answer. And you can click on this. Where is it getting this information from? So you can understand. I mean, that's big, guys, because look, AI can make things up. If you don't tell it to source it and to actually give you information within the last 45 days, it will, like, it's not even a question. It will make things up to please you. That's basically how AI works. It will literally make things up to please you if you don't tell it to source it within a certain period of time. But you can see this gives you literally exactly what people are searching for and the AEO answer. So now you might be saying, Nick, this is great, but how do I use this? Well, if we take this and then I'll just open up a new chat and I can say, use this information to create a video script for me. So I could take this information and chat GPT. Great. Video script. If you're wondering what the DFW market looks like in 2026, here's the truth. Stabilizing. And then it gives you information and it can write out a script for you. So you can use it as a script. A big part of AEO and GEO is also blogging. So blogging about information. Am I going too fast for you guys? Is this like, you guys like taking in too much? You guys good? Put good in the chat or slow if you guys want me to slow down.
The good thing is this is on our YouTube channel, so they can go back and watch it and take notes.
So this is our blog. So we created this custom GPT, and think about this like an employee. But this custom GPT is specific, and I usually don't give this one away, but Peggy said, let's throw some chairs. So I'm going to give this to you guys. This one you will not find in the GPT store because we do not make it public. You have to have the link. So if you guys are on here, make sure you get the link and then click keep in sidebar. But we have trained this to write AEO, GEO, and SEO friendly blogs. So what you do is you say, help me write a blog. So with this information, it's going to ask you this information. And then what you do is, well, you say, what do I want to write a blog about? Well, let's see. How about the number one question people are asking in your area, the AEO optimized answer, the right keywords, hook lines. You can take this, copy and paste. Before I move on, I might ask you some more question. Now I need, who is a target audience for? I would say, like, who is your target audience? Buyers, let's just say. Brand voice, make it friendly and conversational. Call to action, call me 216-554-1234. Again, not my number. It's just the one I always use. So I'm sure that person might get numbers. Are you AI certified? Yes, I am AI certified. All right. So now it's coming up with recommendation title, length, meta tags, all this information, FAQ, which is really important. Why? Because if somebody asked AI a question and you have the answer to the question, AI will then source you. So you definitely want to have your FAQ on the page. So it goes through all this. All you got to do is type yes. And here we go. It will now write me a fully optimized blog post using this information. It will source it.
This is unbelievable.
And you'll see, what does the DFW housing market mean? At meta title, meta description, answer right at the top, the trends. And then it writes you an entire blog post so you guys can then write inside of your area. And if you guys want to have some fun as a group, you guys can blog about each other to build up your backlinks and authority. You know, just throwing that out there. But here we go. So it writes this entire thing for you. So now if you copy and paste that first prompt and just put in your city, now every Monday you will get the top 10 most asked questions with the AEO optimization, right? Then you could do additional sources for stronger eats, which is a whole nother part. Where do I post? To your website, not your company website, your website. Big difference, very important. Can you ask to add images? Yes, you can. We could, let's see. Can you add an image to this post? The first prompt to add every Monday is this one right here. Let's see, is this, that was the Cleveland one. Is this the image? Where's the image? I just asked it to create an image. Refresh. You create an image for this blog. Let's see what it just comes up with. I'm curious because their images have gotten better. You can ask it to make it horizontal if you want it horizontal as well. I don't know who that is, but I would just clip this and take the image like this if it were me. Right? Because I don't know who that is. I never uploaded a picture of that guy. But, and just, I'll give you guys one more pro tip here. Just last pro tip is, so let's say that this was the page that I had for, right, like the top different areas. What you can do is inside of Chat GPT, if I do at basically calls upon a custom GPT. So I can do at triple. So now instead of copying and pasting places, you can call upon custom GPTs inside of the same chat. So I can just do at triple engine. So now I'm talking to the custom GPT inside of this chat. Write me a blog for Q1. Right? So now you don't have to copy and paste and bring it over places. It will literally just talk to your custom GPT inside of here. That's it. We're almost at the top of the hour. I think.
Wow.
What else did I had? Active on social media, YouTube videos, external authority. So there's like, I can go deeper into this topic, but I feel like we covered a lot right here, right? Your listings, and then look at your authority online, your reviews and your bios on different places, making sure those all align, and then blogging about certain topics. You do those things. Those are key areas. And people inside of our group, they're blogging about 3 times a week because they can just go through these. They find an answer, they build a blog, and they blog. And then you could take that blog and then you could turn it into an email and then email your database. Like, so then you can, and then you take that email and then you could turn it into a post and you could turn it into video. So like, however you want to do it, but these are just simple ways that it's like, how do you let AI do the work? You bring it across the finish line and get it done for you.
So, okay. Do you have VAs that will do this?
Yes, we do. So we actually have an entire program where this could all just be completely done for you, where they're trained on optimizing all your sites. They're trained on optimizing all your information. They blog for you 3 times a week. They even go through, and I'll show, I think this is pretty cool. So they'll even go through, and what they will do, Phil Slezak, is they will create a HeyGen avatar of you. So it's like a AI avatar digital twin. And they will create, Zach, one second, I want to show you guys. So they will create an AI avatar of you, and they will also turn these into like YouTube videos. So this person started their channel a little over a year ago. Every single video on here is his HeyGen avatar, like his AI avatar. He has over 3,800 subscribers, 1,100 videos, and you'll see literally every video here. I gotta share sound.
A little money. You'll lose tens of thousands of dollars. And most, if your home's anxious right now,
so this is his
then
AI avatar.
then another fee at closing you don't remember agreeing to. And the entire
So that program, it's $397 a month to be in it, and then you pay your VA $7 an hour. So in total, it'll come up to about, like, depending if they do 3 to 4 hours a day, anywhere from like $800 to $900 total a month. And the whole goal would be to get you seen on AI search. They'll do it continuously, run your social media, run your different blogs, run your different YouTube channels. Then if you have extra work for them, they are a VA and they know how to use AI.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of speechless. I'm looking at everybody's faces here, and everybody is just kind of like, okay, this is amazing. I'm overwhelmed. I want to do it. If you've got my high ID personality, I have no S and C, so it's great. But who do I hire to do it for me? Are other people saying that right now? How can I make this work? And a lot of things come across all the time. I firmly believe, and this is why I have Nick on and other people with AI, is that we've got to embrace this, guys. Absolutely. You can't run from it. We're not asking you to do it. And you have people like Nick who have created the programs that we can just kind of like cut and paste, so to speak. Do you want to open it up? We got 5 minutes.
Yeah, I dropped the link here in the chat. If you guys want to schedule a call with my guy Chad, he'll just walk you through it, tell you exactly how you want to, if you want to get signed up with that program. So that's $397 one time or $397 monthly, which covers us also. We continue to train them too. So like they're all part of a group. So like as AI evolves and things change, and now AI agents exist and all these other things exist and Claude Code exists. So you can create your own, like we're going to continue to train these people to stay up to date on AI for you. So that's, we put that link in the chat. If you guys want to learn more about that program, schedule a call. But yeah, guys, questions. What do you guys got for me? Questions, comments, excitement? I'm here to help.
Dee Dee, I'm going to you because I always look at your facial expression.
I was just typing it in, but it's great that I can just ask, are your VAs in the Philippines or Latin America?
Philippines/India, like in those two different areas.
Okay. And I guess the most important thing is when you're blogging and you're asking AI for information is checking that source, make sure it's a trusted source. But
Correct.
it can also be another agent's blog. So you have to, right? It could be another agent's blog that it refers to.
So,
Since agents are blogging as well to be relevant.
So that's a good question. And that's where checking sources at times is very important. Inside of the prompts, it does say to prioritize MLS data, municipal records, local news outlets, real estate publications, and verified market reports.
Cool.
So like that's like the importance of prompting, because if not, I am telling you, if you do not prompt it to do that, it will make up stats to please you.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Yeah.
The one time I asked it to fill out this report, I was inside of Claude and I gave it numbers and it filled out this report. It looked beautiful, looked great. And all of a sudden I'm looking at the projections. I'm like, that's not even the price we're selling this at. That is not the projections I put in. And it just made, I'm like, where, like, did you make this up? They're like, yeah, you got me. I'm like, what? So like, it is very important that you do prompt it the right way.
Yeah, because here people fact checked, they'll come up to you and say you were wrong. So yeah, we have to be careful with that. Thank you. This is really awesome, Nick. Amazing gifts. Thank you so much. Great class. In such short time, you covered so much. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick, you gave us so much more than I expected on the freebies. And I never expect freebies. They're just gifts, pennies from heaven is what I call them.
Can I add, Nick, that price of $397 is really good because AI is the top thing. And I know other agencies that charge way more a month, plus that $5 to $7 for the VA. So yeah, that's a good price. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And to me, I feel like we're skating where the puck is going. So much is getting commoditized where it's like, this is where I believe it's, I'm really excited for that. I appreciate you saying that because there are a lot of different options out there. And this is one of the programs I'm most excited for too, because I know how much AI search is, right?
Right.
Like because we're talking about Chat GPT in areas right now. I'd even reference the fact that Sam Altman and Johnny Ive, the guy who helped design the iPhone, the Mac computer, and everything else, have teamed up and are releasing an AI agents this year, a physical device that will have AI built into it that will be everyone's personal companion. They're predicting 100 million in their first production, which people will literally just have this AI built into a device that you carry around with you at all times. That
Wow.
you know, all that data that we've all been just giving away for years will be
Mhm.
built into this device and be like, hey, I want to go out to eat. It's like, well, I know that you like live music. I know you like outdoors. Here are 3 places that you should go out to eat. And it will just tell them what they want. And you might say, but Nick, people don't want something listening to them and interacting with them. Never underestimate people's want for or desire for convenience. The moment it
Convenient.
makes their life simpler, they throw away all the, listening and all everything else. But these AI agents, people ask it, hey, tell me about the housing market. Hey, tell me who the best agents are. And it will just give them an answer. They won't check it. They won't go online to do their own research. They will literally get the answers at their fingertips. And if you are not one of those people recommended, you will literally just not be found unless you work your sphere.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, guys? Lisa, I see you over there.
No, my head. Well, I was going to ask you, ironically, Nick, earlier about Limitless, right? Which I think Meta bought because I was going to purchase one of those, not to necessarily wear all day long, but to wear when I'm on calls, when I'm doing my business stuff, because my ADD can get the best of me. And it seemed like the Limitless device was going to keep that in check for me. And like at the end of the day, break down, here's what you need to do. Here's the things you said you'd follow up on and all that. So is that kind of under that what you were talking about just a minute ago, or you still? Because I definitely don't want to have someone listen to everything I do all day long and all that. And if I can turn it off at night when my family's having conversations, great. If it can keep my business straight, but I don't know if they can differentiate or if it actually goes off, right?
I mean, the reality is these already do though, right? Like we all know that, right? Like our phones already do, Alexa already does, TVs do, computer does. Like
Yeah,
we crossed that ship a long time
A
ago,
long time ago.
right?
true.
I mean, I will even say this: if you guys saw the Ring, did anybody here see the Ring commercial on Super Bowl? How
Yes.
they said then the Ring can pick up and do AI facial recognition, so if your dog goes missing, Ring cameras can find it. Do you
Yeah.
think that's the only thing it's going to
Unbelievable.
be used for? Right? Like, and look, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but Meta just got a patent to Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, to keep your account alive after you pass away. So they can post on your behalf, comment on your behalf, like and message on your behalf, even after you pass away. We wondered why it was free for all these years, right? Like, well,
Right.
so like, look, these things are happening. So this is where I believe you will either transcend with this technology or descend with it.
Mhm.
Put your head in the sand. You will sit there and you will use AI to not work as hard, watch more Netflix. If you're a doom scroller, your life is going to be really hard because you're going to watch AI generated posts, argue with AI bots in the comment section, and that will be your life.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what I mean, how many people here know somebody like that? That is
And how many of us are
so
buying stuff?
stressed and anxiety because they just stay on social media too long and they believe everything that they see. There is an example here. Let's see. Gosh, what was his name?
How many of us are clicking on ads of fake ads to buy something or do something, and it's not even real?
Yeah.
They're
It's
not.
so true. It's so true, Peggy. AI is great, but we have to use it responsibly.
Mhm.
It's
Here we
like,
go.
anything else that is addictive and could be possibly toxic. You have to use it responsibly.
Like
It
here's
can get crazy.
this guy has over, let me see here. I'm going to show you
Mhm.
this guy. This guy pisses me off. Not a lot of people do. He's got over 889,000 followers. But if we go to his reels, let's see what his reels are. Hopefully it loads. I can tell you what his reels are. Let me go to Instagram, Mike Wayne. All his reels, these are all fake videos. right? So these are fake ice videos. It's not because I'm not logged in, but they're all posted within like minutes of each other. So you will see they're all posted within minutes of each other, but he knows what pisses people off. So he creates fake AI videos of instances that never happened. And this is just one instance, right? I'm not pinpointing this
Right.
one thing saying everything is AI generated, right? It's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is every single one of these videos, look how many views they're getting. Has over 890,000 followers
And
on
they're fake.
Facebook. He's gotten over 1 billion views in a month, all on fake videos because they know what piss you off.
Is that like anger bait? Is that what they call
Yeah,
it? Anger
rage
bait or
bait.
something? Rage bait.
Rage bait. And there's a lot of profiles that do this stuff.
Content advisor.
So this is where it's just understanding, guys. I believe the most powerful tool on this planet is this right here. Your brain.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
That is still the most
Yes.
powerful tool on this planet. Your brain, your mindset, as this world keeps changing, as it keeps growing and adapting, and people go down this rabbit hole of, believing everything that they see online, commenting on every post. A lot of people's lives will be watching AI generated videos, commenting and arguing with AI bots, and just living in this perpetual hell loop. Because
Oh my God, that is insane. That's like another drug. Where see like people going crazy, right? Wow.
It is. Okay, so I hate to cut this off, but
yeah,
I'm
go
in
ahead.
Boston because I'm going to teach at Tom Trong's office. So I gotta get the.
Oh, that's nice.
You guys are amazing. Nick, thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have you back on. Wake Up Wednesday is going to be live in Cabo. We all get together. Hopefully, it's going to be in Brent Suite again this year.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that everyone's there. But thanks.
Real quick, is that really Sophie Cunningham here in the Zoom call
Yes,
with us?
that is really Sophie
Hey,
Cam.
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be on Wake Up Wednesday.
With you, Peggy, I'm not surprised.
Go throw some chairs, guys.
Sophie,
Yeah,
say
there you go.
hi.
Let's
Say
see-
hi, Sophie.
Let's see if she's gonna.
Thank you so much, Nick.
She actually hopped off.
I think she
Awesome.
left.
She left.
Awesome. Well,
Thanks
we'll
for
see you
this,
guys.
Nick.
Bye,
Thank you
guys.
so
Nick,
much.
I'll call
Bye,
you.
Peggy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Have
Bye,
fun.
thank you.
Bye, guys.